to educate, motivate, and build one another through shared knowledge and success. This is Young and Successful, and these are your hosts, Jay Chukwi, Kenny Awashika, and PJ Luminan.
Welcome back to the Young and Successful podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We have another guest with us today. He works hard and he has a lot of fun doing what he does, making amazing photographs, right? His work was voted the most influential, or he was voted as one of the most influential photographers in Washington, D.C. region. His work has graced the internet's leading publication pages such as the Washington Post, ESPN, MTV, Comcast Sports, DC Hotspots, Hot 99.5, BET, Netflix, Universal Studios, National Geographic, Essence Magazine, and CW, and Fox 5, just to name a few. And that is a few, right? Um, he provides wedding photography, right? That is stylish and timeless to be enjoyed by the whole family for years to come. His style is a mix of candid and post photography with a creative approach to ensure they look absolutely stunning. He currently lives with his wife, Moraja, and the Bible inspires his work. His photography. He's also a fitness enthusiast, enjoys traveling, and his local sports teams. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Demond Younger. What's up, champion?
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hey man, you guys are doing a wonderful job here. I'm happy to be a part of this. I just love the name. I can only just say nothing but great things about what you guys are doing. I'm wishing you and your families, good things and happy health.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. And thank you for accepting our invite to come onto the show. It really means a lot to us, right? Because I think what it does, our goal here is just to be able to share knowledge and share our experiences with everyone who is, either thinking of getting out there and getting after it, creating something for themselves from scratch, and just for those who uh, maybe are also on the grind, right? And you could maybe say something that is inspirational, and we get to learn from each other. And I think if we're able to accomplish any one of those things, right, then yes, Young and Successful has done its job, right? And that's why we're here today, right? So before we get started in here, just a little bit more about you. Um, at Young and Successful, we believe that success is a journey, right? We believe that it's not a destination; it's that process from the beginning to the end. So, tell us about your journey in the media and photography space. How did you get started, and and kind of just walk us through to where you are now?
Well, first of all, again, thank you for having me on the show. And you want to check out my Instagram is Demo Photos One, and you want to see an extended version of that page is more of demo on Instagram. My website is demophotos.net, and my name is Demond Younger. So a great question. It was a very great question. I can only start from the beginning, and the beginning is my personal life. I'm from Washington, D.C., and I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, and those were not great times. I'll be honest with you.
In DC.
Yeah, DC. It was not a great time. Most, if you people now it is, but during that time and growing up as a child, as a toddler, those were not great. They were not great times at all. It was pretty rough. One time it was called the murder capital of the United States or the world. If so many homicides, going on, every day. I grew up in the projects. I'm not a, I don't present myself that way. but I grew up Southeast in the projects, you know, gang banging, family, same thing, family heavily involved with drugs and that sort of thing. And I was a troubled kid growing up. And fast forward to high school, a friend of mine, he introduced me to a program, and the program it kind of like changed my life. We went to a conference, and there were I wasn't thinking about. I was, like I said, I was a troubled kid. I wasn't thinking about college. I was just thinking about surviving. Just to be honest with you.
Right.
So he invited me to this conference. A 3-day conference. Everything was paid for through the program, And I went to the conference, and I remember there was a speaker there, and his name was. He's a motivational speaker. He's known all around the world. I didn't know that, but his name was Willie Jolly, who's also from DC. Wow. And one of the things, yeah. So, and one of the things that stuck with me, and I'm just going to read a quote. He said, most successful people can identify 1 minute, 1 moment of their lives change, and it usually occur in times of adversity. So that kind of like stuck to me. Successful people can be great at their hardest moments, So that stuck with me. That stayed with me, and I saw that I met so many different people than what I was used to. Even people my own age, different, kids from different schools. I believe it was like an international or a national conference, because there were kids from all over the country that were there and stuff. And it was something I wasn't used to. I'm just a street kid. I just know my block. I just know my school. That's it. So, but it got me to know that there's something more out there than just what I'm used to. Just being in that type of environment. It's like a 3-day thing, and just meeting all these positive people, motivational speakers. People flying in all over the country and things like that. And I said, this is what I need to do something positive with my life. I need to do something, positive and get into photography. While I was, my mother had an old. She had an old Polaroid camera. Oh. They printed, right? Take a snap and it just prints, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And my brother and I my younger brother and I, we used to have fun, and we would take pictures of our older siblings and get them in trouble and snitch. And if they couldn't lie, could I say, oh yeah, I have the picture right here. I'll tell on them. I say, I have the picture right here. And we caught them, we caught them in bad acts. We caught evidence. Them. Yeah, we had evidence. Man.
These guys are patrolling the streets, man.
My sister, she lied, said she had a boyfriend. Oh, she didn't have a boyfriend, but we had it on video. We had it on camera, and we printed it out, show our mom.
Right.
We did things like that. My brother, whatever. So creating a business, I wanted to do something that was, fun. Something that was something that I enjoyed doing. And that's something that kind of like brought, even though my family had their difficulties and things like that, for some reason, we can always go back to we always came together when the photo album was laying on the table. They don't do that now, but the old photo albums were the memories. And that was something that kept us, communicating and being together and things like that. And those are things that I cherish. It could be, the table just, laying there on the, just laying there on the coffee table, and we just looked through. It was something like we did like almost like every weekend. because we were always
Oh wow.
taking pictures with this old, camera, and it printed instantly. Even though the pictures may be blurry or what have you, it
Right.
was something that we
Yeah.
enjoyed doing and just laughing at, and having a business,
The memories.
yeah, the memories, yeah. And
And I
I
was
think
saying
people,
the memories that you were able to capture. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that's something that even to this day, that's something my family, we can always go back and say, oh, yeah, remember this, remember that, and just laugh like it was yesterday, and that's something that I want to do with my, my son and my wife or whatever, and we just, almost every moment I gotta, I'm taking pictures, because kids grow
Right.
up fast and people move on, et cetera, et cetera. Yes.
Definitely. So for you then, as you kind of went through that, and which by the way, I think that that's
That's an amazing
really
story, man.
incredible. One thing that, yeah, one thing that you said that stood out to me was just that period of time when you were much younger, right? When you were growing up, and you had this inclination to just take pictures, right? And it was something that you enjoyed doing. It kind of ties into something actually that I heard over in the mentorship group, which you actually invited me
There's
to
a
over the
mentor group.
weekend. Ken.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Are you in that mentor group?
No, it's not. Actually, should invite him.
He's not.
Yeah, yeah,
He's not.
but
Hey, we should invite him to that. Yeah, absolutely. And essentially, what the guest was saying was, hey, sometimes you need to go back in your life and think about the things that you really had a good time doing, or something that people keep telling you like, hey, you're good at this or you're good at that, right? Because sometimes someone could be saying, hey, you're really good at painting something, or you're really good at designing something, like the guest was saying in that Zoom call there. And what they were really saying to her is that she's a creative, right? So I,
Right.
I think that when you explain that, it kind of made so much sense, because I was like, hey, this is something that I think we can agree that appeared in your life at some point when you were much younger and you
Right.
really enjoyed it. And then you fast forward to now, and it's like, hey, you're doing it now, but just on a much serious level, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So for you, when was that transition point when you went, hey, I'm taking pictures, I'm enjoying it, but I can make a business out of this, right? And how was that transition point for you where you realized that I wanted to make this a business? And what strategy did you take to, leap into that and then grow from there?
Right. Well, that's. I mean, Kenny and I were talking earlier. I mean, back in 2010, I was just doing. I just
Right,
had a. Be honest with you, before Kenny saw me with a kind of like a professional photo. I mean, camera. I had a
right,
dispose. I mean, I, I've really started from the bottom. You know, um,
right.
you know, I had a disposable camera. I want to start off that way.
Like one of the ones from
The one from
one where
CVS.
it's
yeah,
Is
the
that
one
one
from
small.
CVS,
like
the one from
the
CVS.
screw and
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
was my jam,
yeah.
bro.
I want, yeah, I wanted, yeah, I wanted. I started with with that disposable camera. Um, I didn't take
Right,
photography that seriously. Like I said, it was all about the prints and things like that. My girlfriend at the time, my wife, she wanted. I think she got into modeling or something like that, and she would ask these guys to take pictures of her and stuff like that, and I was and she was just my girlfriend at the time, and she was doing a good job at
right,
it. And I was like, well, even though I had this disposable camera, my heart is, is really into this. And the thing was, I couldn't really afford at the time you know, those, uh, those cameras. They were
right.
seven, 800. I mean, they can go up to 10,000. ten
They get
thousand
out
dollars.
there.
Right,
Much
right.
much worse. The lenses. What are your thoughts on the
Yeah, the lenses.
prices of
Yeah,
lenses?
right. So it's a very expensive hobby.
Right,
And I started off the disposable one, and I saw my wife and my girlfriend at the time. she was getting these. She was the beauty of the week. The jet was a jet beauty of the week. It was a
Right.
photographer here in Maryland. That's all he does. You know, he gets girls in the beauty of the week, and my wife, she was one of those girls, and I was like, you know, if you really want to take this far, you will need somebody that's going to do this on a regular. You can't
Right.
keep paying these guys, you know, $200-300 to do this and that, and you know, I was that guy, you know,
Mm.
and she was my first model, you know, my first when I want my first model
Those
and
projects.
first
Right.
project, and her the pictures, they weren't all that, to me they weren't all that great, but it got her gigs.
Mm.
So when it got her gigs, the people who hire her, in my mind, said that this picture is great, and hey, whoever took these pictures, uh, they look professional to me, you know, and let's hire her. Let's, you know, who's a photographer? Let's just, you know, that gave me the idea that hey, maybe I have a shot at doing this. And not just her, but her friends, they wanted me to do it, you know, and
Right.
I can't, yeah, so they wanted me to do it. And that's when I said, hey, I have to start charging,
Hey,
you
Devon,
know.
can I jump in there real
Go
quick?
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I have to put this
Amazing.
out there, yo. If you're watching this right now, the mom started this also. He started this also with a disposable camera. Just hear that out. Don't
I
say
started, yes.
it started it also
Yeah.
with a disposable camera. This is just basically telling you that anything is possible if you're determined, if you
Yeah.
have the passion for it.
Start
You
where you
know,
are.
that's I mean, you start exactly. You started where you are. That's freaking amazing. I'm like
And
in wow of that.
and
That's crazy.
I have pictures. I show the pictures every once in a while on Facebook or something like that. And my wife should tell you
Right.
that I had this disposable camera. You know, that's what I started out with. And I have pictures of people you know, pictures of me taking pictures of models with the disposable camera.
Right.
Wow.
And because I couldn't afford it. But I knew it was something always in me to do it. You know,
Right.
I have friends that, you know, they come around. Let me pick your brain a little bit. What camera should I use? This, and that. I don't know what camera you should use because I started out with this. You know,
Yeah.
that's my thing. Hey,
It is a skill.
I started out with this. I don't know what camera you should start out with. You know, but and
Yeah.
I literally like just worked my way up. You know, and you also said strategy. Like I,
Yeah.
you know, I started out with the models, and I could tell you a bunch of
Right.
stories with the models, and why I don't do models no more. You know, when you get when you have a
Uh,
girlfriend and you get married or whatever, you know,
hey,
there's a attraction there.
it's a handful.
There's a
Yeah.
sexual attraction that comes along with that, and it brings arguments and you know, things like that. So that's why I don't shoot.
Absolutely.
So that's why I don't shoot the models
Hey, man,
anymore.
you know, but I think, it's one of those things, man. Pick your battles, right?
Pick your back.
Yeah, pick, pick the issues that you're okay with dealing with, right?
Right,
And the rest will handle itself. It is just
right.
what
There
it
you
is.
go.
So I think, yeah, but I think that ultimately the most important part of it is just the growth, right?
Yeah.
Identifying that thing that you wanted to do, right? Continuously educating yourself to make sure that you're able to take the best pictures that you can using the equipment that you have, right? Because I think, you know, I did a little bit of photography myself back in the day. When it comes to photo composition, it is not something that the camera is going to do for you,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There are people that can take better pictures on an iPhone than some people
Right.
with a
You're
five
right.
thousand
Yes.
dollar camera,
Canon, yeah.
You're
right?
right.
Because
You're
it's not
right.
just point and shoot, right? So
Right.
I think that that is really the big part of it. And I think that one thing that's beautiful about photography is just that there's just such a wide range of
Yes.
arenas that you can go into, right?
Yes.
And ultimately, if you're a creative person, you're going to still, you know, step up to the plate and get it
Right.
done. I was browsing your website, amazing stuff on your website there.
Oh, I
You know,
appreciate that.
so
Yeah, I appreciate that.
models, yeah, because models or not, man, I get it. Shooting models is great.
It's fun.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Funny
yeah.
man.
It's
I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
exactly. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
That those pictures come with a different magnitude of visual intensity to keep it all the way. You know what I mean? To keep it all the way, level here. But
right, right.
I think that once you step out of that space and you start creating other pictures like what we see on your website, that's where the power of the art, the power, the skill really starts pushing forth. And that's where you start leaving uh, people who think they're great and those who put in the work to be
Right,
amazing at what they do. And
right.
that's one of the things I see when I look at your website. So what I want to ask here is, what is your favorite event to shoot?
Oh, my
Which
favorite
one is the
event.
most fun for you, and which one is the least fun, and why?
Okay. Well,
Like, is it
unfortunately,
weddings
well,
or is it, I know you were talking about galas a little bit earlier
yeah.
as
So
well.
the most money is in the weddings. You
Mhm.
know, the most money is in the weddings. Um, and yeah, they're the most stressful. Um, yeah, so they're the most stressful,
The most
man. And
stressful event,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. You don't get
That's
stressed with
it.
thinking about it. Yeah, but I enjoy it. I do enjoy it, and you have to have patience.
Yep.
You have to be
Right,
sharp.
Yep.
Like before we started the podcast, you're a member of the family. So
yeah,
yeah, you for that day or that season, there've been some weddings or some brides they want me for the bridal shower. They want me,
right,
I mean, they want me for everything, and that's great, like I said that, so you're kind of like a family member as well, and that's the most money. Um, I have fun meeting. I think most importantly, I love meeting new people. I think
yeah,
out of everything, I'm a people photographer. I'm not gonna say I get along with everybody, but I'm a people photographer. I get along with most people. Very patient.
right,
Uh, you know, um, you can always count on me. People drag you all over the reception or whatever. I mean, I really enjoy. I enjoy all photography. When you say events,
right,
I really enjoy the galas because
right,
it's not as much pressure it is as the weddings.
Hmm.
The galas I'm having nonstop. I mean fun. I mean video. I mean I'm taking videos as well. I'm taking videos. People having a great time. I guess
right,
once the ceremony is over, is the reception, and it's just it's wild out. People getting drunk, they going crazy. People just having a great time, and those galas is where I believe I separated myself, and while I'm at the galas, I'm looking for my next client. I'm trying to stand out, and
right,
even the clothes that I wear, I'm wearing something bright. I'm wearing something colorful. Somebody's gonna say, "Hey, get that guy with the blue pants." I'll probably be the only guy there with the navy, not the navy blue, the Carolina blue pants or blue shirt or something like that. Because the guys everyone, the guys are wearing tuxes and things like that. So I'm trying to stand out, and they're always looking for my next client, my next photo shoot, and that's where I normally that's where I got a lot of my customers from. That's because you separate yourself by being there in person and giving people
yeah,
an experience or giving that attention. When I'm shooting, people say, "Oh man, I feel like I'm on a red carpet or something like that." I get that all the
right,
time. Oh man, they dragging me all over the place. I'm handing out my cards, things like that. And the next day, no lie, the next day, I'm getting compliments, or can you email me that photo? Things like that's where the marketing branding comes from. I mean, that's
Yeah.
when I'm, you know, at the gala, they see me, they know me, they have my card, and these galas, hundreds of people. I have hundreds of
Right.
cards. They email me the next day. When they, you know, when I'm emailing them, my email, my on my every email, my replies, my new emails, my pictures there, my logo is there. I mean, all my sites are there. Everything's
Right.
there. They know who I am. They're looking through all my stuff. If they need a photographer, hey, I remember that guy. Remember so and so. I'm there in person. I'm already giving them an experience that somebody else on the internet
Yes.
may not even get. Somebody on the internet and Wedding Wire, they keep calling me. you know,
Wow.
they
Right.
see my they see my stuff. I'm telling this is true. They've been calling me for about 6 months.
Wow.
I just got a call. I got a call from them this week.
Wow.
Hey man, why don't you be a part? Why don't you do this? I mean, they want me to be part of their. They want me to buy their
Collaborate.
services
Yeah.
or collaborate with
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
They want to know what I'm doing and things like. This is no lie.
Yep.
They changed their numbers. The girl's calling me from Texas. She changed the number
Right.
to a 202 number. I mean, and I picked up the phone, and I'm not
You
interested.
gotta expand the brand, man. You gotta be ready for
Yeah,
that. You gotta
You
go
gotta
to the
right,
next
right,
expand.
level
right,
now.
Absolutely.
right, right. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
I tell them that I'm already getting clients because I'm already there. I don't really need
Right.
the internet. I mean, you need the internet. I use the internet or the social media platform to display my work. But pre pandemic, I was
Yeah.
already in the customer space. I'm already there.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the
So,
like I said before the pandemic, um, these customers. I mean, I call them customers, but these are these clients. They're spending thousands of dollars at these galas. And I mean, I'm like, these are the customers that I want. These are customers. I mean, I want all customers, but why not
yeah.
think? Why not think and believe and say, hey, it's I can charge more with these clients. You know, um, I had one guy. He said, your pictures they're not as good as mine. And I said, well, don't tell the client that. The client doesn't know. Be honest with you, most people don't know what a great picture is. You know,
Yeah.
you're selling yourself. When I'm there in person, I'm selling myself. I'm selling them an experience. You know, um, I just had a client the last month, and I asked her, "Do you want me to?" A lot of photographers now they get into retouching the pictures, and she said, "No, I'm fine. I don't need to be. I don't need to be. These pictures don't need to be retouched. I'm good with it. And that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I can talk
I
about
think
this all
like
day.
you.
To be honest with you, I can talk about this all
Yeah.
day.
No, for sure. And that's the thing because just in everything that you said, that you said quite a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm taking down my notes here, but I just want to unpack some of what you said so far because I think it's really powerful. Um, the first thing that I really picked on is just because the thing is, photography it's a difficult business. It is a very competitive business,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Because ultimately at the end of the day, yes, anyone can have a camera, but it's also about uh, the stuff that you do with it. So there's the skill side of it. But besides the skill, something very interesting you said was differentiating yourself from the pack, right? Whether it was a matter of wearing brighter colors, right? Differentiating yourself and being ready, right? Keeping things
Right,
organized,
Yep.
so that when you're in the opportunity, you can maximize your network networking
right, right.
opportunities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you differentiate yourself by whether it's wearing bright colors and in how you interact with the people, you provide your clients an experience. And I think that that is something that's very important because yes, you could just sit there and take a picture. You could point a camera at someone and just click. But when you provide an experience for someone, right? Not only are you just taking that picture, but that moment where you're taking that picture for them is memorable. Whether it's that you're saying something to them that is funny and that makes them smile and things like that. I think that that stands out, right? And that kind of also now dives into just building that network, right? Um, you Another thing you did to differentiate yourself there was placing yourself in the scene of galas, right? And you also exposed it to a different level of clientele,
Yes.
right? And you provided that experience for them, and you had your cards ready, right, to give
Yes.
it out to everyone. And as a result of that, that is continuously paying dividends over time,
Yes.
right? Where other people are inviting you to their events to come and take
Right.
pictures. I mean, if that's not a blueprint right there,
Right.
you know what I mean? I don't know what else is there to say about that. And I think they just yeah, breaking that down and just sharing that with everyone, I think that that's amazing. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys agree with that assessment? Am I on track with that?
Yeah, yeah, that assessment was awesome. You missed one thing, which is the
Right.
communication part, right? Communication and preparedness
Communication.
before the
Yes,
event itself. Like it literally communicates
absolutely.
throughout, before, after, during the event, because you don't want to do business with someone that you can't communicate with. And you mentioned it right there. That's
Yeah,
part of the biggest part of the customer service, making that customer feel special. You know, client,
yeah,
customer, you want to call it, yeah, just they feel special during that picture taking. And I have to say, um, we didn't mention this at the beginning, but the mom and I used to work together at
right,
the State Department, and it was one of the analysts on the on my project, and we had to deploy a software on several thousand, 100,000 State Department customers across the globe. And the
right.
money not only comes to your workstation and updates your software, it goes further by cleaning your desk. Like, who gets a better customer service than that? Like, people like,
Right. Right.
can I get the month, please? That fine, good looking guy. And I'm like, what? So, like, the one was so on point. Like it gets there on time. Not only gets your system working with the new software, it gets your working station, like your decks. I think you were also part of the S bureau because the man was so good. It was assigned on the team to go and also install at the secretary's office. So that quality of service was transferred into photography. And I've been at several
Yeah,
events where photographers will come and not bring their ID. I mean, I said
Right.
ID. Interesting, I said ID.
no, they're
But
business
it
cards.
is your freaking ID. It's a business card, right?
It
Right.
is your
Like,
ID. It's
no
your
matter
business identity.
how good you are, if I don't have a way to communicate with you,
Right.
how am I going to follow up with you? So, my grandma just died
Right,
a few months back. This guy took our pictures, right? Till today, I don't have the pictures that I took with my family members because I asked the guy, can I get a business card so I can follow up and get the pictures? Oh, I forgot. I ran out of
right,
business card. How do you run out of business card when you're about to build your clientele services, right? So it goes into the events, business cards, and then they use not only the business card, you don't get your picture right there. So I love your strategy, Demon. So now you have the business card, which
absolutely.
I'm sure you could probably start passing with your digital tag, whatever the people do now with the swipe phone. And then you contact the man. Now the man has your contacts, your phone number, your email, and your name. You get the picture. Now you have access to this library of pictures. Heck yeah, you have no choice. You're almost going to be an automatic customer by the time you build that interaction. So I love your business strategy. It's working for you. Um, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
I can talk about this all
For
day. I
sure.
mean, yeah.
Definitely. Now, before now, here's one thing. With something we like to touch on here is just the discipline, intentionality, and the mindset, right? That it takes to jump into business. and do what you need to do to make it happen. So for you, what are some habits that you've cultivated over time, or what are some things that you do to maintain discipline in your business?
Um, but let me just say this. Like I said before, we start out with demo photos. Start out with 5 photographers. You know,
Right.
they pretty much quit on me. You know, even though I
Mhm.
told them, hey, you know, stay with me, stick with me. We're gonna get these events. Um, the galas transferred to red carpet events, BET.
Mhm.
It transferred over to the BET Awards
Yeah. I mean, we had
honors.
the
Yeah,
list
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah. We have the
beginning.
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those guys, they didn't believe in the dream, but why should they? Because it's not their dream.
Right.
Mm.
It's my dream. Why would they believe in a
Right.
dream that I
Yeah.
have?
Exactly.
It's yours.
You
It's
have to
your
believe in it
dream.
more than anyone
You have to
else.
believe in it. Young and young.
Yeah.
This podcast here is your dream.
Right.
Your
This is
dream.
true.
I had to stay in my mind. Hey, this is my dream. Nothing against them, you know, God bless them,
Mhm.
but it's my dream. And I have to rise and grind, you know, and that takes
Oh,
4 to 5 hours of sleep
Yep.
because and for those customers, we're talking about these big events, we're talking about these big events. They want their stuff within the next morning. Now you know, Kenny, I had to go to. I worked at State Department.
Yep. I
I work
know.
at eight. I
I
work
know
at
the
eight,
good old
nine,
days.
eight. I worked at 8, 9, 10 shift. They wanted their stuff the next morning so they can post it up. As
The
soon as
more
I
you
get
work.
home, this
Yep.
the discipline. As soon as I get home, I mean, I could have brought my laptop with me. I just wanted to get home because I was already tired. I don't want to stay there,
yeah.
edit the pictures and all that kind of stuff. So as soon as I get home, I'm editing pictures. I'm staying up late. You know, friends, family haven't heard me. And this has been going on for about a few years, 4 or 5 years. Friends and family haven't heard from me. Or I'm missing this event, I'm missing that event. That's the sacrifice that I had to make for my dream to come true. That was my obsession, you know. Um,
I remember.
that's the discipline. Go ahead.
I remember when you would have to quit your good paying, take a day or two off from your well paying job to
Yeah,
sacrifice to go take pictures, not sleep because those pictures have to be ready by the next day.
right. Yeah,
Finish taking those pictures,
Okay.
edit the pictures, get it to the customer, and still be at work the next morning. And I was like, dude, this is
that's
about to
that.
kill
Yeah,
himself.
yeah. I killed myself
Right.
4 or 5 years, and that was it. That's the discipline. I mean, that's kind of like me separating myself. I mean, that's
Right.
what the customer want, um, and that's what I had to do. And some of those events had other photographers there from other establishments. I want to get my stuff out before everybody else. How can I stand out
Mm.
versus even them? I emailed the customer. I'm the first one to email the customer. Here go the pictures. Press send. Customer get them. Who pictures are up first? I beat everybody out. Their pictures are still coming in,
To be
but let me
honest.
be. I have to be the first. That's the discipline. I have to
Yeah.
outwork everyone else. I have to get paid before everybody else.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm sure you don't charge the same anymore. I probably can't
Exactly.
afford you anymore.
Hey,
That
man,
I
he's
mean,
still gonna
this a
give us the yeah.
this a pandemic, and prices. I mean, these are establishments. These are media
Yeah,
empires. So
yeah.
it's different prices for everybody else. Yeah, but and even during
Absolutely.
even during this pandemic, beginning of the pandemic, I was saying to myself, oh man, I'm not gonna get any gigs because everything was off of the galas, and they're obsolete. There are no more galas. No one's doing that, especially in this area. No one's
Absolutely.
doing that. So I was afraid of that, and um, I think around August, things started opening up, and and those customers, they didn't have the galas, but they remember me from the galas. They remember me from the weddings. They remember me from this, and that, and people got creative and done other things. And I've been sold out. I was sold out from August of last year to February of this year, straight, every weekend, straight. So
Oh wow.
that hard work, um, it played itself out because
Yeah.
the discipline played itself out. Um,
Yeah.
I can go on and on about the
No,
discipline.
absolutely.
Uh,
I think
I mean,
that was incredible. Just especially considering during the pandemic, the fact that you were still getting bookings at that level, that speaks
That's
volumes.
good. Yeah.
Just to
right,
the level of satisfaction that your clients have with you.
right.
Yeah.
And I, in my back of my, just thinking negatively. I mean, this whole pandemic. If you watch the news long enough,
Yeah.
I mean, even what we're doing now, we were speaking virtually. This is
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
believe this is because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
You just think negative, and the money's not gonna come in or anything like that. But those customers, they, like I said, they got creative, and you got some customers, they're still getting married, but they're getting married in their backyard. I'm doing backyard weddings. I'm doing some couples, they elope. They just had one couple, the guy said, the guy told his future wife, hey, you want to get married? Yeah, let's do it. Well, let me go and call Demond. This all happened in one day. Let me go and call Demond. I took off, and we
I
just got
mean,
at the courthouse and everything else. I mean, I done a wedding in a hospital. There's a in a hospital.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
interesting.
Yeah, I done a yeah.
Wait,
There's a
how
yeah.
did that?
They
Was
called
this
they
like a
called
sick person getting married, or would like how did this go down?
yeah. So this is a young couple.
Right.
Young couple. They dated for dated for a year or so. They already had they had their preacher already lined up,
Yeah.
and same thing. They just called me up and said, "Hey, we can't do we can't do this big wedding.
Right.
Everything's shut down. But even churches, the churches were shut down, and they called me up and they said, Demond, what's the one place you think we can get married at?" And I'm thinking in the back of my head, and I was like, "You can get married in a hospital." Um,
That's quite
this is
amazing.
real life.
Hold on.
No,
This
and
was
I can
your
show
Your
you.
idea?
idea?
Like to get married in
The
a
It's
only
my idea.
hospital?
place?
Yes, yes, yes.
The only place open?
Oh
I
snap!
can see
Okay.
I can see the Facebook video. They thank me and everything. This couple,
Okay.
yeah. So, and I said they
Oh,
have
dude, that is amazing.
every every hospital has like a small little church or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got married around
Right.
8, 9
Right.
o'clock
Right.
at night. Yeah, I mean, she went and got a dress or whatever she had, and he put on whatever he had, and there was a few family members, and we just did it. It was my idea. I just said, hey, you could just do this at a hospital. So people are getting creative, and they
Oh,
still calling me up. But it all goes back to the level of experience that you gave these customers in person, not online, but in person,
yeah.
and me becoming more like their family member, you know, that sort of thing.
Right.
Um, I mean,
Oh man.
and me, yeah, I could go on and on and on, and
I think this is the thing. This is one thing I really love about that. It shows the originality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I think originality. is the ultimate. No, no. How would you put it?
It's
I
the
think it's the
master of
most.
all innovation. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, original is the master of all innovation, right? I mean, and yes, at the same time, it's like there's probably nothing that someone can do these days that may have not been done. But I think the biggest takeaway is just how you can take something that exists, right? Like, yeah, you say, okay, well, we're doing photography business here. What can I do to separate myself? The idea to suggest a church at a hospital, I would have never imagined that, right? Because I was thinking like, I was thinking to myself like, wait, is this about to be like someone who is like on the bed, like this wedding is happening for better for worse.
Right, right, right.
Like this is like it's going down, but that was just
That was
incredible,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
The hospitals also have a chapel, and I think that
Yeah, they
that's
have a chapel.
definitely
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So for someone who is starting in the photography field, right, and I'm sure it's probably even more competitive now than before.
Right.
If you could give them a, I guess if you could plant a seed for them, right, uh, what would you say to someone like that?
Well, yeah, well, just business in general. You know, I mean, why do you want to go in business for yourself? You know, some people say, hey, I
Right,
want to make money. You know, I want to make some
That's a
extra
why
money.
too. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I want to make some extra money. I
right,
want to, you know, I want to provide for my family, that sort of thing. You know, but like you said, it's very competitive. Is this is this something you gonna put your all into? And we talk about the discipline. That I think I'm just looking back at it. I mean, I'm 3 or 4 hours of
right,
sleep. I mean, is this something you really want to do? If you just want to make money, hey, that's do it. I
right,
mean, just do it. If it makes you money, just do it. But I think photography. I think anything that's very competitive. Um, just think about, hey, why would this person hire me? And I had to think about this over and over and over again. The difference between
right.
you and somebody else is yourself.
Yeah,
And it's not necessarily the photographs, because I gave you another bio and I said I study under some top photographers. They're making six figures or so. I think overall, you're the person that they want to hire. You're the brand. I've been second, third photographers of some great photographers in this area, and they treated people like, what, had a nose in the air, who I
right.
am, that sort of thing. And
Absolutely.
yeah. And I've rubbed people the wrong way, photographers that shot Barack Obama, on that level, presidents and
Yeah,
the USUN ambassadors and people on that level, getting paid not a contract, but they're on a salary. They're on a good salary shooting these people. And I look back at that, I'm like, I don't want to be, that's not me. I don't want to be that type of person. Um, I have, study under these top photographers. Um, One of the things they had was you have good communication skills, good writing skills,
right.
learning how to write. I created my own contract,
Hmm.
and some of that is uh, some things I didn't like. You talking about
Right,
weddings. I shot a wedding where the customer didn't feed me, you know.
Wow.
So, so I had to put that in the contract. Uh, she didn't feed me, and I didn't have
right,
time. I didn't have enough time to eat.
Wow.
right.
Hey, she wasn't gonna feed me, and and I tried to go to the bar to order something. Now you on my time, things like that.
Ooh,
So yeah, so good writing skills. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the best.
yeah,
Good writing skills. Present yourself well. Be on time. Be prepared. Um, a friend of mine, they hired someone else to shoot a wedding. The photographer came and his batteries were not charged. So she said, so
Wow.
she called me up.
Well, it's
Yeah. So she called me up and said, can you come here right now? Cause she was frustrated with the guy and everything. Can you come right now and
yeah,
shoot? And I told her no. I got something else going on. I don't know what happened after that. You know,
uh,
preparation, just thing. I really don't know how to answer that. I mean, um,
yeah. No, I
with
mean,
your face,
I think you definitely
yeah. I mean,
on a lot of the major ideas there.
Yeah.
Just for
Yeah.
that discipline. Just first of all, separating yourself from the competition,
Competitions. Yeah.
right? It sounds like that's definitely something that you've kind of made it a key point there, right? At least for me, I think that was a major takeaway. Um, and from what you're also explaining, it sounds like it sounds very much like, hey, yes, you can take amazing pictures, but it's also about selling yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
right,
To the clients,
Yeah.
because people, like you said earlier, people do not want to work with someone that is treating them, like crap, right? Someone will not want to work with someone that maybe they don't like you or just the way you operate. So I think that setting yourself apart and doing all of these things will make you. And something something really profound that you said as well was being the first to deliver your pictures, right? For me, I
right,
know that in the current climate that we live in, especially where everyone wants to post their experience on social media, if you're the first person to release the picture, right, for an event that you shot, and someone posts that picture on social media, well, guess what? Everyone that is on that person's, or most of the people on that person's social media page, we
Success.
were likely at the wedding with them as well,
Yeah.
right? Who probably has a bunch of photos in there that you took. I'm probably going to be messaging that person, tell them like, hey, well, can I get some pictures as well?
right,
And if you're the first,
right,
I think you're the first to conquer the whole party, if you will. So I thought that was really profound as well, because I never thought about that.
right.
So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Before I know we're running on time here, and we have to wrap out soon. But Kenny, yeah, do you have any questions before we switch gears here?
Yeah. One comment and one question. So I've
Hmm.
been at several events, and I have to say, time after time, outside of food, people just want their pictures, man. They want the pictures. They want that memory of that event as quickly as possible. And the one that's just been, I mean, from hearing what is like, that's very critical. And I'm glad that you stay on
Hmm.
top of on time. And we just had a interview uh, just before your call, and it's funny in another industry. It's funny. It's time that also matters, and it's either time of service or
Yeah.
time of delivery. In your case, it's time of delivery, and delivering on point seems to be critical. Now, the question I was going to ask you, though, that people that are listening to this call always like to know about is challenges that people face when they take on this success journey. How do you climb the mountain? How do you go through the mountain? How do you go around the mountain? How do you plant the seed? How do you clear the weeds? I'm sure you see them every day, man. Tell us how you overcome this madness.
When it comes to the challenges, I can only tell you some stories. When I first started, I don't know, I just felt like I made mistake after mistake after mistake, and those were good mistakes because I didn't necessarily brand myself as this photographer, like this demo photo, this photographer. Let me make my mistakes early. Let me learn from those things early.
Right.
And with those mistakes, I can add those things to the contract. When I do start, you know, creating this brand and this business.
Yeah.
I don't post everything online. You know, some of the photos you probably see now probably was taken like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
know,
I have
I
I have I
know.
have so, I have so
Right.
much stuff.
Yeah.
I have my here's my hard drive. I have so many hard drives that, of stuff, so, and in the beginning, I used to, like you said, I was always first, the post up photos. Well, people didn't like that because people didn't like that at first. With the models, they didn't like that at first, was because that was a photo that they didn't like. It's a photo they didn't like, and then they asked me to take it down, and I got tired of that. I got tired of that.
How do you feel about the fact that when you take pictures of models and you take it over and over and you're never satisfied and you keep telling, take another one, take another one. Oh, take it from here, take it from there. How does that make you feel?
I would take I would take photos of models and they would ask me to take it down, and I didn't like that. I was like, this is my page, I can do whatever I want, even though we signed a waiver or whatever, model waiver, anything like that. But I respect them. I respect it.
It's your
I respect them, and I just took it down. The guys I work with, they said they're not going to do it, but I took it down, and so I waited. I waited, and then I post a picture up. Then there's no problem. And those same models, they'll post up the same picture they told me to take down. They posted it like a month ago. I mean, a month after I took it down or something like that. So I just got I got tired of that. I got tired. I got tired of stuff like that. I can tell you one thing I did. I shot my first, just a funeral that I've done, and so I still had the memory card, with me doing another shoot, and I was also a model, and I lost the memory card. Yeah.
So, dude, that is okay. I would say this. That is actually worse than the question I was going to ask you, Nez, because the next question I was actually going to ask you was like, hey, so imagine you're at an event, right? And you're shooting away, and you go home, and then you realize that 90% of the pictures you shot were out of focus or blurry in some way. What do you do? But you're talking about losing a memory.
Yeah.
How did you deal with it?
So this is very
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is the very beginning. So I lost a memory card shooting with a model. And I prayed, I mean, I was praying, that someone would find a memory card. And one of the things that I learned from those top photographers, was always write your name, write your address and your phone number in the memory card. So a week later, someone mailed that memory card to me. So the lesson there, and thank God, right? And I was, that's amazing. Yeah, and that customer, she was calling me like crazy. Where's my pictures? This, and that. And this is her father who died, and she's not gonna see him ever again. And here I am. I lost the photos. I lost the video card. But eventually I got everything back, and as soon as I got it, I mailed that thing to her. Right. And as we were talking on the phone, she said, "Oh, my husband opened up a package, and she found the memory card was in there." So that was a blessing, right there in itself. Amazing. So the lesson learned was, as soon as I shoot in an event, go home, back, and I have several drives here. I have drives, here. Go home, back it up. I have a cloud now. You back everything up on the cloud. Do all that stuff before your next shoot. As soon as you go home, take care of all that.
No matter how tired
So
you are,
it
2 o'clock,
doesn't. So
3 o'clock in the
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
I
go
think
ahead and
that's
do
very
it.
important. Yeah. It
Empty
makes all the
empty out
difference.
that empty out the card. I mean, empty out that
Sorry.
that
The
photo
SD
card. Yeah,
card.
empty it out, back it up. Yeah, back it up because I was nervous. I don't know what. I was
Hey,
I
I,
was scared and
I
everything.
don't know what I would do in that situation, So I think,
I mean, I pray prayer
yeah,
works.
absolutely. So you just, yeah, that definitely worked out, man. So before we go ahead and wrap it out here, what for you, right? What is your definition of success, and what do you see for the future of demo photography in the next 5 years or 10 years?
Well, well, first of all, like I told you my background, the way I grew up, rough
Right,
times. Um, no one, my family, friends, anyone can see me as a owner, as a business owner.
right,
I'm not supposed to be here now. I'm not supposed to make it I'm not supposed to make it past 18. My closest friends, family, they all died of this the crack, this crack thing that happened and was going on in DC during those times.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, the
epidemic,
what they
yeah,
call the crack
yeah,
epidemic. Yeah,
epidemic. Netflix just had
yeah,
Netflix just showed a story on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Netflix special on it. Yeah, and it affected certain, low income communities, which I'm from. Um,
as well.
so, so my definition of success is just passing the baton, to my son, to my children. They don't have necessarily do photography, but times like this pandemic, and what happened a few years back, where people, they're losing their jobs, and
Yeah,
the world is going crazy, things like that. Always have another income, some type of, some way of getting some extra income. I mean, that's, me passing that on to my children, saying, hey, my child can say, hey, daddy did it, I can do it. I can start a business. I don't care if it's $20. I don't, you made extra $20. I don't care if it's $100. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, but hey, I can make a little bit extra money, you know, in tough times, tough times like
yeah,
this. You know,
absolutely.
I can pass that, I can pass that to him. And because of this business, I see my sister. She's getting herself together. Hey, Demond did it. I can get myself together and do something. So it's kind of like you don't know what kind. Everybody, all heroes are not Superman and Batman. You can
Yeah.
open up some
Yeah,
doors, for your own family and friends. My sister, she's getting her life together. She said, "Hey, I'm going back to get my GED. Hey, she's starting a cleaning business and things like that. Something I'm helping her on. You know, um, you
right.
know, she doesn't have a diploma, and she's starting a business. So there's no degree, or
Yeah, you don't need a degree.
you
Yeah,
don't need a degree to start a business. I told her that. So this is opening some things up. So she started cleaning business. People at home. People are stressed out. Even people are stressed out right now. They're working from home. They're
yeah,
stressed out. Kids, this, kids, that. Kids are running all over the place. Um, I started a cleaning business. She's going clean up people's houses and things like that. She's going to get her diploma now. So you don't know. That's me. That's success to me. To seeing myself open up doors and seeing others that can do the same, and for me to be a mentor influence to them. You know, yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's success to me. Not money or anything like that. Of course, we want to make money, but just I'm proud of her. Yeah, I'm
Growth.
proud of her. And
Yeah.
my wife as
Yeah.
well. She wants to open up some businesses as well. She saw the hard work that I put in. Um, and God bless her. She dealt with me. Three or 4 hours of sleep is,
Absolutely.
yeah. You don't want to hang around about. I mean, who wants to hang out with a guy that's getting three,
Right,
four
all
hours
the
of
time.
sleep?
All
All
the
the
Hey,
time.
time. It's not always fun. Sometimes I felt like a zombie.
exactly.
So God bless her.
Hey, but yeah, but I think you make it. Ultimately, it's for a greater good. And I think when you make it to that other side, where uh, you know, can we frequently say that we kind of we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to those around us, and we owe it to the world to keep trying to improve. And I think that that is a direct example of what that means right there, right? The fact that you were able to take on something, right, and evolve, and for your sister to see that, right, and now it's also affecting change in her life, right, and just like you said, coming from a place where growing up in an environment where essentially almost seems like almost all the odds are against you,
Yes, yes.
right, and and being where you are now. I would say that's a winning streak, man. That is success after success, and it does not come easy, by no
No,
means,
no, it doesn't. No.
right? Right. But through that consistency, and now you're affecting, changing other people's lives, just by doing you, right?
Right.
Just by wanting
There you
better
go.
for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that there's anything else that can be said for that, man. It's there, man, live in the flesh. You know what I mean? It's happening right before your eyes. So I think that is absolutely incredible, for
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you
Right.
guys.
You know what I'm saying? So tell us, where can people find you once again?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Demo Photos One, on Instagram at More of Demo. My website, which I'm in the process of recreating, and always
Right.
upgrade yourself. Yeah, I'm always upgrade yourself.
Updating,
Always do
yeah.
your homework. Do your homework.
Right.
See some things you can improve on. I don't. I try to compare myself to the photographers that are making the big bucks, and I see how where the industry is going, and I'm working on a new website, but it's demophotos.net. It's going to stay demophotos.net. I own the name. I own the website. My logos are trademark. That's also a branding tip. Trademark your name.
Mm.
Trademark your logos and things like that.
The logos.
Yeah, even my logos. Yeah, the logos, the name, everything.
Yeah.
Trademark all those things. Yeah. So it's
Absolutely.
demophotos.net. Yeah. So yeah,
And we're gonna have this as well in the
and
description for those who want to check out your website and your social media pages
and
as
my
well.
email is demophotos1@gmail.com. Um, hey man, this has been a fun conversation,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's past my
Amazing.
bedtime too.
Hey, yeah, so hey, listen, we're gonna let you go, right? Obviously, and I, I just want to thank you again for sure for taking the time out, man, and hanging out with us late this evening to get the information out there to everyone listening to our podcast, right?
And
Um,
you say one more
Kenny,
thing.
any last
Go,
remarks?
go, 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 go.
No,
Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, so I want to thank you, King. Thank you, King, and for all the young ladies, thank you, Queens,
Right.
for participating and watching this awesome podcast.
Thank
Oh,
you, Damon.
thank you, man. Before I close out, I know we don't have any more time left, but definitely check out NFTs since you're in the photography industry. You might start turning your pictures
Oh, yes, that is
into
something.
digital
Have
money.
you heard about NFTs?
Oh, no, send me
Demon,
that. Yeah.
have you heard about NFTs yet?
I'll forward it to you.
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah,
definitely gonna
forward it
send
to
you
me.
some
Yes,
information
I'll
yes.
on that.
forward it to you. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's essentially making money with your photography through
Right,
cryptocurrencies.
right.
Yeah.
And
Because I know
it's intense.
the
Kenny
month.
and I are learning about that right now.
Yeah. The one is also into investing and real estate, so I figured I put that in there real quick. But
Right.
Oh,
before I
definitely, for
close,
sure.
I just wanted to say something because as you were talking during your closing, it kind of reminded me of what my grandma told me a long time ago. It's actually one of the top items that are listed during a burial. That top life lessons for someone that lived 104 years old. And the life lesson was that just live your life, do what you do, because you never know who's looking at you, right? And your success speaks for itself, because indirectly you are influencing and impacting other people. And that's just freaking amazing to see that in your life. I am privileged to have experienced that as well. And just keep up the good work. I'm sure you're enjoying your journey of success, and we look forward to seeing more of your success.
Well, thank you guys, and I can't wait to see the final product. And I'm, this is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually, I came on. Thank you, Kenny, for inviting me. I got invited to other podcasts, but I wanted to be with someone that I actually, I know, to be my, and this is my first, and I thank you guys for having me.
Oh no, we're glad to have you.
Amazing, man. Hey, thank you for prioritizing us on the podcast list, man. It means a lot. We appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Awesome. All right. Our mission is to educate, motivate, and build one another through shared knowledge and success. Until next time, stay out.
Peace.
Double O out.